Welcome to the Insurance Stream. I'm your host, Dave Bowling. Thank you so much for joining us today on this 5-minute daily insurance meditation. Today we are going to be talking about setting office hours and sticking to them. First, we're going to give a shout out to our sponsor of today's podcast, the Fast Track Appointment Program. You can view the whole thing at ftap.insure, ftap.insure. The Fast Track Appointment Program gets new markets for your agency. They've got 30, 40 markets to choose from. You can go to ftap.insure, click on the register page. It's going to show you everything that's available in the states that you operate in. You get direct carrier access. That means you are getting in there, you're quoting, you're binding, you're able to see all the carrier contacts. You can call and talk to the underwriter. You got a billing question, you can call and talk to the billing department. It is a great program, and the best thing is, after phase 3, you're directly appointed with the carrier. This is the only aggregator that I know of that helps you get directly appointed with the carrier after you are ready to go. So again, that is ftap.insure, ftap.insure. So setting office hours and sticking to them. You know, as a self-employed person, we get this vision in our head, or there's this, idea in America. Oh man, you get to work for yourself. You get to set your own hours. You get to work when you want. You get to have all this freedom. And some of those things are true. And that's why we choose to go into business for ourselves, right? But if you take that mentality too far, you're going to be self-employed for a very short period of time. Because you have to have office hours. You're going to have a time you get to work and a time you leave work. And if there's something that happens in the middle of the workday, being self-employed gives us some of that flexibility. But if we use that flexibility too much, we will fail. We will not meet our goals. We will not make the money that we need to make to pay our business bills and pay our home bills and support our families. It's not going to happen. I remember one time I was in a Walgreens and I was talking to somebody that I knew. And she walked up to me and she said, I'm getting ready to buy this business that I'm working for. And I'm so excited because I just want to be able to set my own schedule. I want to be able to work when I want. I want to be able to, I want to be able to be my own boss and just have the freedom and flexibility that comes along with, if I have this appointment to do or I have this errand to run, I can just go do it. You know what it's like, Abe. And I smiled and I nodded. And I didn't want to tell her, you're going to fail. I didn't want to be the bearer of bad news. And fast forward 7-8 years, that was about 7 or 8 years ago, she did buy that business. She did run it for a while. I don't think she's doing that anymore. I don't think she's doing much of anything now. Because that mentality is poison. You have to have a time you start work. You have to have a time you stop work. And you have to dedicate your full-time efforts in the in-between. You must be maintaining your regular office hours. Your clients have to know when they can get a hold of you. You have to be putting in the hours necessary to make the proper amount of money come out the other side. So seems like a pretty basic principle, and really it is. But let this serve as a reminder to you. Have a start time, have a stop time, and dedicate all the hours in between that to being as productive and efficient as possible. And then do that for 5 years. And I promise you, your life will look much, much, much more like you want it to in 5 years from now than it made today. Thank you so much for joining me on this 5-minute insurance meditation.